rocher, ma lumière et mon sauveur. Je ne crains rien. Il est mon rempart et mon ferme soutien. De qui pourrais-je avoir peur?
Shalom. Today is our Bible Nugget number 36, coming from Job chapter 3, from verse 1 to 10. It reads, "After this, Job opened his mouth and cursed the day of his birth." Towards the end, verse 10 says, "Because it did not shut up the doors of my mother's womb, nor hide sorrow from my eyes." Finally, Job is down. His morale is down. He feels, he's in despair. Let's remember contextually that during 7 days, his friends were sitting in front of him, thinking, measuring, his pain. And he himself also was now asking himself existential questions, thinking about his life and the meaning to give to it. And at a certain point in time, he has now to make the statement that we have just read. He cursed the day of his birth. We should know that at that particular time, it was because Job has realized his condition, his new condition, and what was really going on. At this particular time, we should also suspect the negative influence of Satan. Because when we talk of the great controversy, it means influence. So when Job was thinking, reflecting about the whole situation, then he has to be tempted, obviously, by Satan. And because of that temptation, Job has to curse, to question the day of his birth. Because actually, the passage under consideration is the beginning of the lamentation of Job. So, and that lamentation about his whole existence starts with the day of birth. So he curses it, he regrets that day, because if not of that day, he will not succumb to temptation. He will not be in that miserable condition. It's important for us to consider a promise of the Lord, because as we know, when we are sick, all type of ideas come in our mind. In Psalms chapter 118, verse 17, it is written, "I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord." It is true that you are sick, but it doesn't mean you will automatically die. For that reason, instead of accepting those evil thoughts, those ideas about committing suicide, those ideas of refusing to take your drugs instead of succumbing to such a temptation, it's good to speak like the psalmist, "I shall not die." Have that conviction that the Lord will continue to sustain you, because except the Lord accepts, nothing will happen to you. So live and cleave to that promise of the Lord and feel encouraged. Let's close with these words of prayer.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom in all ages, and the power and glory. Amen.
Âme espère en l'Éternel, mon âme espère en l'Éternel, qu'un chant s'élève au Dieu du ciel, qu'un chant s'élève au Dieu du ciel.